Hello, YouTube. Well, glory, 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 hallelujah. Since I lay my burden down, glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I lay my burden down. Hey, Frazier, Lori, 89, Donut Webster, how y'all doing? What a day this has been. Hi, Raphael. I just did my video and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Ha! Jesus lifted me. People, we have every right to be happy about this damn verdict. Every right. But my thoughts are with the business owners there in Minnesota. Oh, I did take notes, so I left them in there. Well, I don't think I need them. The business owners, unfortunately, when people riot, even though they say, well, these businesses that they own by society, they own by the white folks, they doing all this kind of stuff, but a lot of times they end up hurting the very communities who have been wronged, right? So now your community doesn't have a supermarket. You got to go drive miles to go to the supermarket. Your community don't have stores because you done burn them all out and kind of stuff like that. Because I was around when Rodney King verdict was read. I know what can happen. It can be horrible. So we are happy for Minneapolis that the people are not going to be in jail. People are not going to be hurt. Cops not going to be killed. We don't want nobody killed, right? And we don't want businesses and neighborhoods to suffer. Because if that verdict would have went a different way, not that people are trying to intimidate nobody and saying if you don't find him guilty, we're going to burn it down. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. Justice was served. Justice. Those people watched that man murdered. Now, we don't do that here in the United States of America, honey. There has to be some standard. We don't watch a man killed live on video and let the people walk. Can we at least say that we can at least do that much? There was nothing to dispute. We saw it. So anyway, great for the family. I think the family got several $1 million before, but that didn't really satisfy the family because they needed justice. So now they have justice and they have maybe an upper hand financially. That's all they could hope for because their son, their nephew, their uncle, he's gone. Okay, so that was great news. But at the very moment that the verdict was being read, it got read exactly 2:00. I was at the door with my jacket on because I had been called for this damn COVID shot. So the COVID shot, I figured, well, I called these people. I called them this morning. Then I had a meeting, this group that I facilitate, and they apparently had called me 3 times during the meeting. And what they were saying was, although we told you have to wait at least a month, we have an opening today. So it all took place in an hour, people, literally. So I had to run out the door. And as I was trying to get out the door, they announced that verdict. So what a day this has been. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing today? I know you're happy about it. It's got to be some justice. We can't just let these people get away with doing anything. He sat there all smug. Because why? You know you murdered that man. And God knows what that dude Chauvin has done. I mean, you don't just up one day just go out and kill somebody. No telling how much police brutality that dude has participated in. Unnecessary brutality. Basically, George Floyd died over a $20 fake bill. I volunteered for a coffee shop. I've taken many fake bills. If I got them, but I don't remember calling police on. So we feel for the kid too. He didn't know any better. But generally speaking, you look at the bill. If it's a fake bill, you don't take it. He lost his life over this bullshit, right? You got people out here stealing billions of dollars. This man's killed over $20. So it's a sad thing. Let me see how I get my. I still learn how to use my trackpad. Okay. Hi, Cheryl Bennett. Sakira. Oh, I've heard your name around. Okay, Sakira. Glory, glory. Hallelujah. I just feel for that town, though. I know they're going to tear it up. If they would have said that he was not guilty on even one count, unless it was manslaughter, they were going to tear that shit up. The whole damn town. There were going to be riots there, fires, and hopefully nobody would be killed. Businesses destroyed. It was going to be a horrible thing, right? And the people still wouldn't have justice because they're not going to go back and change the verdict then after they've done that. So it was clear what was going to happen. It only took them 10 hours to deliberate this thing. Every single juror had to agree to it. They couldn't have one holdout, no mistrial. The only thing now, we've got to wait for this time kind of thing. But apparently the worst of this second-degree murder, it carries up to 40 years. But they're saying the minimum, I don't know how they're saying the minimum for each one of these charges was 12 years. How can it be, if the maximum is 40 years, shouldn't be the same as the maximum is 10 years, and then you come down with 12 years. So that's incorrect reporting. I doubt he'll get out of prison. He'll, even if they don't give him the absolute maximum, which would be 40 years in prison, he still got 3 different guilty verdicts. So even if he got the minimum, if they run concurrent, even if he got 12 on each one of them, it would still be 36 years he'd have to do, right? So I don't think that they're going to try to give him any kind of short time or anything like that. I doubt he'll get out of prison probably in the 70s, 80s. It is justice. And we don't know what else he's guilty of. I remember, I only followed the case in the beginning. He had been complained about police brutality many times. He's been investigated many times. So take it as a lesson, cops. Guilty on all counts. We are happy for the family in the world. And let's praise God. Let's take a moment of silence for these people who created this, the camera phones, the cameras, and the body cameras they have to wear. All this shit was taken on live. You couldn't really dispute it, no matter how they try to spin it and painting him as a drug addict and all this kind of shit. Like if I do drugs, I mean, you can kill me, death sentence. Thank God for these cameras. These cameras in our phones and on these cops is changing the world, honey. Well, sentencing is still head. Goonies never say that. If I would be worried about the sentencing only if he was only convicted of one charge, but since he's convicted of all 3 charges, and so and he's going to have 3 different sentences, I doubt it's going to stack up to less than 30, 40 years, 30 years minimum, right? We'll see. We'll see. 12 and 12 and 12 is still 36 years. But second degree carries a lot more than 12 years. Rhonda McGee, the music tones. Where you get those music tones from, Rhonda McGee? Are those down here in our emojis? I don't know. Oh shit, man! I touched the fucking emoji thing and now it opened up. Go on, wait, emoji thing. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is this situation. I've seen some of these people, they're all down Treecey's throat. And I think it is wrong. I think it's wrong. Treecey's made mistakes like most people on here. You were to track my videos, I'm sure I've said things that were inappropriate. Things were wrong, right? She got into it, but she does not deserve to have her income taken away. People, I don't give a damn how you feel about it. People still got to pay their bills. Oh, how can you not have a 401k? Oh, how you say you retired? Where's your money? Are you people crazy? Pride come before the fall, honey. anytime you sit up here and you are seeing somebody who has taken a lick or has lost their channel, girl, that ain't nothing for you to be that's nothing for you to be throwing spit on and throwing rocks at, honey, because it could happen to you. Just like it happened to her, it could happen to you. I don't give a damn who you are. Right? So you people, a lot of these people, these arrogant ass people, you don't have a problem with giving people money every night who don't need money. Right? The ones who do not need money, the ones who are doing fine for themselves, those are the ones you want to give money to. But when somebody has actually lost 3 channels in 1 week and not come on here begging, but simply says, listen, I can't get an income from YouTube at all right now. So if you want to give me anything or you want to help me at all, here's my Cash App. What's wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with it, honey. If you want to help somebody, you want to do good with your money, give it to somebody who actually needs a helping hand. No matter how much you hate, you say you hate Treecey, you don't really hate her because she has been part of this whole family here, this family of the beef sector, this entertainment, this thing that we have been feeding on and feeding on and feeding on. And we rush to our computer to see what the latest tea is and who is talking shit about who and who is cussing out who. She's been a part of it. Right? You got your people you call the good guys. Your good guys can't fight with them by themselves. They got to have somebody. There has to be a villain, honey. Right? So there's no shame that a person was doing well enough on YouTube to call this their income and to choose not to no longer work on a regular job. That should be celebrated. That means they were popular enough. They were popular enough and built their channels enough where they can live off of YouTube. What's wrong with that? You think there are not doctors on YouTube? What about all these guys, these multimillionaires, these children, these James Charles and all these people who have become millionaires on YouTube? It's not the worst thing in the world, people, if you can make a living by doing something that you enjoy doing. So I take offense at the way these people like to pile on. They always want to kick somebody when they're down. Treecey, if you can hear me, honey, believe me, I got to admit, I overspent this month. But as soon as the 22nd hit, I get back on good footing, I'll look out for you because you got that coming, right? We got to get over this idea that we're supposed to go and buying people clothes and shit, giving all this money to people who are just collecting and stacking money. I mean, and what about the people who actually need money, who have lost their whole income in a week? Have we no compassion, no loving kindness? As the good Lord said, let he who is without sin, who has done no wrong, let that be the one to throw the first stone, right? And when the people, they weren't willing to lie to Jesus the Christ and go in there and pretend that they had no sin, not one of them can throw the first stone, honey. We're all doing shit on here, right? Thank you, Valchi, for that $1.49. That's sweet. So my thing is this: don't kick somebody when they're down, honey. You see somebody who's been beat up and laid bloody in the street, don't go on there and kick them in the stomach, okay? That girl, she don't have that coming. And what's wrong with dropping your Cash App? You got the rest of these people dropping their Cash App. Don't everybody drop their Cash App? You know the girl, she still got to pay her bills. This thing came on pretty suddenly, right? She's working hard to try to build a channel, but if you guys are not going to let her, right? So I wish she was here. I don't know what her Cash App is, but I would encourage you people. If you want to do good for somebody who actually needs a helping hand. Thank you, Valchi 7. I'm amazing with the dancing emojis. I appreciate you, honey. People, it's just like in church. Church collect money every week, right? TDJ got wheelbarrows full of money. All this money. You know what I like to give in church? When somebody stands up and say, I'm about to be evicted, honey. And everybody in the church pass the hat around, honey, and we collect the money and make that person whole. Help somebody who actually needs help, right? Instead of feeding other people's egos. I just say let that girl, do her best to build her channels back up. We don't know. I still don't know what the circumstances were that caused her this problem. I know Treecey has always spoken up for me, so I want to do the same in turn. Right? How y'all doing? Am I right or am I wrong? I mean, sure, she's got enemies. We don't expect you to break anything off. But what about the rest of us? Do we have any loving compassion in our hearts? Or we just want to be feeding the people's egos? Okay, here we go. Okay, Zexy, I'll read one of these. She has a history. She doesn't do it for others. Yes, she does. She does give to others. Stop lying, honey. She gets on her page and making videos downing people. Baby, welcome to the beef sector. She gets on here downing people. What the hell? Are y'all okay? okay, Zexy. Y'all really want to get on this damn thing here and me to tell you how much, I don't know. Who am I neutral with? And don't nobody want to hear that shit. Ain't nobody trying to come on no damn beef sector to hear no kumbaya. Oh, she's so wonderful. Oh, she's so sweet. No, honey. You people have got to be honest as well. You come on here to see us chop each other's heads off. Blood on the dance floor, baby. Yeah, get her. Oh, girl, she read you, girl. And then only reason we know that people are reading us is because you guys come and tell us. They said, "Ooh, you need to get over there and see that." Oh, I can't believe what she said. Girl, we're all being entertained by this thing, right? This woman has retired. Now, how you people want to classify who is retired? I've had many people tell me, "Listen, you are a drug dealer. How the fuck you retired, bitch? I don't do it anymore. You should be glad that I retired." But aside from that, when you stop working, I don't think she ain't old enough to get no Social Security, but when you stop working, you retire. So whatever you did, whether it was above the law, but beneath the law, adjacent to the law, you don't do it anymore. So you retire. So this is a good place to go and retire. Writing books, another thing. You can sit at home, write your little books, whatever. Books don't make a lot of money, but I mean, be honest, but it's still something that you can do after you retire. Because a lot of people, they're not going to want to just watch TV for the rest of their life, right? Well, what am I saying with all this? I'm saying, okay, Tim, you can support Treecey, but the loyalty doesn't go both ways. She's now beefing with someone she previously called her twin. Just be careful. I understand, Elaine. I know. I don't get into Treecey stuff, and she don't get into my stuff. I have never called Treecey on the phone. She has never called me on the phone. We just had a mutual respect, and I had that for a lot of people. I don't judge all their arguments and all their fights and all that kind of stuff. It would be wrong for me to do that, right? But I'm just saying somebody should speak up for that girl. I don't think she deserves that, right? I don't think she should be teased for working on YouTube. Isn't that the goal for everybody? Even the ones that say, I don't need no YouTube. You don't need no YouTube because you only got 1,000 supporters. So you bragging about how much I don't got, this ain't my main income. Oh, I got a job. Oh, we got job. Oh, this ain't my, girl. If you could, you would. Many times. Many times, if people could make a living on YouTube, honey, they would love to be just work an hour a day. Who wouldn't? Why not? You know, shame in this thing. Shame on just how you do it, honey. And for a lot of us, we need to get our ass out of this beef sector, really. I mean, the beef sector, this is a great training ground, right? We can come over here, learn how to defend ourselves. We can gain our confidence. I can see that when I first came on, I was so timid because I didn't have the confidence. But slowly, even though I speak real fast and stumble over my words and forget shit and all that kind of stuff, I've still built confidence over time. So we need to really spin off and to do other things, right? We need to take the example of Wally. We get to come over here, or Armand Wiggins, or Justin Jay, and these people who have come here, and then they sharpened their skills here, and then they went on to pursue other sections or other material, right? And then they don't dare come back over here because they don't want to be going backwards. They want to go forwards, right? So it's not a shameful thing to make your living on YouTube. This is 2021. 2021. People are doing all kinds of stuff on the internet. Why shouldn't you get a piece of the pie? And when you are able, now what sense would it make for somebody like, let's say, Lovely T? What, she got 1 million subscribers, very, very close to 1 million subscribers. One of them, I can always confuse them, Lovely T and Tasha K. One of them is right about 1 million. I think it's Lovely T. Now she's probably getting checks $30,000. She probably getting checks, you know, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, honey. Now, what sense would that make for her to go down and work an office job? At some point, it just makes sense to do this, honey. Anyway, I'm all over the place. Hi, y'all. I'd open this damn window up with these emojis, and I don't know how to close it back. Let me see how to close it back down. How you close it back down? Come on now. I can see my darlings. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Close it back down like this. Okay. What y'all think? I know we're all in agreement about George Floyd. And then we shouldn't just make it racial at this point, because I saw that all kind of people were protesting for that man, insisting on this justice. It wasn't just black people. That whole town came together, and this whole country came together behind this verdict. It had to happen. It's my opinion. Hey, Uncle Tim and Squeenie. Hi, Squeenie. Hi, Squeenie. I'm sorry. I gotta apologize to my boy, because hi, Blue Skies. You see that little face you got? Blue Skies perfectly trimmed. Well, his face hair grows faster than his body hair, right? So I'd have to do it again. Come here. Come and say hello. Get your mom up here. I had to go and chop his face up again, because he's not ready for a haircut, but he had to see. You see how just all these spots in his head? I'm sorry, baby. I had to just chop it off so he can at least see. I can see his eyes and stuff. We'll get him a haircut in a couple of weeks. You say hello? Look at the camera. You ain't never looked at the camera one time. Daddy, I don't know what you're talking about. We get him a haircut. But I can't go running down to the groomer every time his face hair gets too long, right? Because his face hair grows in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. You better order a burger through Grubhub to make up a Squeenie. Give him a whole hamburger. Mm-hmm. Today he has shrimp and eggs. I ordered these shrimp and eggs from this Hanon restaurant, and he loves eggs anyway. But I usually don't give him no shrimp. Hi, Deanna Irving. You see what I mean? That's a prime example. I like me some Deanna Irving, and I like some Treecey. But them two together. I just can't get into arguments, honey. You know, let people argue. Let them work out their own problems. They want to make up. I understand certain people are making up over there. That's their business. That's on them, honey. But don't be jumping. I ain't jumping out in between none of these sharks, honey. No. If it happened to Deanna or anybody else on here that I watch, I would say, you know what? That person doesn't have income. Her bills are due. We need to do what was right by that person. It's just a suggestion, people. It ain't like I'm over here begging for nobody. Mm-hmm. Talking about attention for a child. I got to tell you, people, I got to tell you the truth. I had no idea how hard women went at each other. I just didn't know, because since I live in the gay world. I mean, I live literally in the Castro. When you look out my window, that's the Castro, right? I've been around gay people my entire life. Before here, West Hollywood, I never lived in where there were male heterosexual people, right? So I didn't know a lot of women, unless I knew them from work or something like that, from my job. And then in the streets, I know a few girls, but I didn't know that women went so hard at each other. They are so much harder with their mouths than men are. See, men, they want to punch each other. They want to hit each other in the eye and all that kind of stuff. They're much more physical. That's what men are, particularly straight men, especially. But men in general, they're more physical. But when it comes to words, I should have known from my mama, because my mama had a razor tongue. And she can make jokes while she beating your ass. So she just had a lot of characters, put it like that. I'm a groomer. We call that a maintenance cut, or a face, or a feet, face, and tail. Oh, that's the point. Oh, I didn't think of that. Okay, Sheba, Pisces, Laverne, Lavu, you're a groomer. Okay. So you're saying that I don't have to necessarily go and get him a full haircut or a full grooming, because my other dog, Jimmy, my other dog, he never got a haircut. All he got was his face trim, right? So I would go over there and I can just walk into the groomer. I didn't have to get an appointment or nothing. And they would just trim his face up and do his nails. That's a good idea. It was too late now. I already chopped his head off. But that's a good idea. I don't know if the groomer that I'm using right now, which is only a block away, so I use that person. I don't know if they take walk-ins there. You still have to make an appointment or not. But yeah, that makes sense. Just go and get his face trimmed up. Because when his face is trimmed up, it's so cute, But any imperfection, I keep seeing it over and over again, So thank you for that advice, Sheba. That's a good profession to have too, honey. That's a good job to have, Sheba, to be a dog groomer. Every time you get a haircut, that's $100, honey. My haircut is $12. Of course, they don't cut it all off my body, I'm just saying. You rocking with Deanna, and that's on period, of course. We love Deanna over here, honey. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we gotta stay out of women's business. That's all. I wish I had your services. My poor dog looked up. What did you do to him, Hello? Your poor dog. I wish I had your services. My poor dog look toe up now. What's the matter with him? Oh, Squeenie looks good with his, but he got long hair. It's just he can't see. And they need haircuts. Some dogs look fine with long hair. Some of them, even these dogs here, if I let his hair grow, a Shih Tzu, this is a Shih Tzu or a Lhasa Apso. This one's a Lhasa Apso. Their hair grows all the way to the ground. They look like Cousin It, right? I don't know how them dogs can see, because the hair grow all the way over the face, and some people never cut it. They just brush it. But you would have to be brushing that dog constantly for the matting, Right. Oh, people can beef. Shit. I don't expect people to jump in mine. I mean. On Housewives, they do it. What they do on Housewives? I can't waste my good energy. I can't stand that people are trying to compare Treecey. Oh no, you can't compare them two ladies, honey. They both have their own personalities, child. But people, I was just thinking, I've killed off a couple of people recently, but it's a struggle. The more people you kill off, I ain't fucking with you no more. I'm sick of you. That's done. All that. You can't eliminate everybody. You ain't got nobody to talk to. You sitting there talking to yourself. See? So even though you have your favorite type people you ride with, and stuff like that, it still takes it all to go together to make it entertaining, honey. Right? You got to have somebody to talk to or argue with, or agree or disagree, or however they do it. Even though I bitch about the people who I've considered dead to me now, I mean, one of them had 70 videos. I went through and I even have one of those playlists, 70 videos about the same person. And then the recent person, I think that was damn near 50 videos, right? So you got to say, well, God damn, what else were you doing all that time? You didn't think about it. That was your adversary, honey. You must have your Moriarty. Uh-huh. Mhm. You've been okay. Okay, see, there y'all go. Y'all showing your opinion now, picking sides and things, child. Picking sides and things. What else going on? Mhm. I don't want any of you people on here to be financially hurt. I really don't. I don't. That's why I don't believe in doxing. No matter how much I hate them, I have to bury them before I can dox them. I don't. I'm not going to try to affect anybody's income. I'm just not going to do it. I can't do it. I'm not calling the police on nobody. I don't want nobody to go to jail. I mean, do these people really want people to go to jail? I mean, this thing about calling CPS and all that, do you really want people to have the children taken out of their home and you expect no retaliation whatsoever? They just come pick up their kids and that's the end of it? People, we just going too much with this doxing shit, honey. How people gonna call the FBI and government agency? Did y'all see the Breakfast Club today? If you didn't go see the Breakfast Club, they're talking about people. It said, "Are any of y'all guilty of PPP fraud or whatever?" Right. So they have people calling in to talk about themselves or their friends. Of course, nobody wants to call in and say that they're guilty, except the ones that didn't take the money. But apparently, people are actually getting put in jail for that. So why are you playing with that? Why would you call anybody something like that? Or people are actually getting arrested and put in jail? Do you know what happens to your livelihood when you go to jail? Now, hopefully, maybe you got somebody on the outside, you got a wife or somebody like that. But what if, let's say, if I went to jail? If I went to jail, and believe me, I know about how this works. And let's say I only had to do 6 or 7 months. My apartment's sitting here. Nobody's paid the rent in 6 or 7 months. Nobody paid for the cable. Nobody paid for the PGE. Nobody paid for shit, right? Do you really think those people hold that for you? No. They put that shit either in storage or throw it out on the street. And you get out of jail, somebody else living there. You don't know what kind of effect you're going to have on somebody's life, honey. This is not a joke. Use your words. Just use your words. Mm-hmm. And that's something to be proud of. Be like, okay, I'm back in y'all conversation now. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Okay. I'm using my tracking pad now. Let's see what else is going on. If YouTube is your source of income, you should be nice to be. You can't be nice to everyone. Esther Anderson, it don't make no difference how nice you are on this YouTube, honey. They're gonna get your ass. And you know what? And you would think that you be nice to people, they won't leave you alone. No, honey. They think you're weak. If you and then if you like somebody else, they may blame you for it, right? One time I went over there to Bradley's, I didn't know any better then. To his chat or his StreamYard, whatever. Child, all they wanted to know about was Treecey. I said, is there anybody in your audience who want to ask me? And that was my first time even appearing on the StreamYard. Is anybody want to ask me a question about me? No, she did this. Oh, she did. God, I said, God damn, can I have my own arguments, please? What about my beefs? Are they worth talking about? Please. So I don't even know what they do. I don't know what they do. If somebody is doxing somebody, I don't watch that. People think, oh, you know what she did. You know, no, girl, you got me fucked up. I don't. I'm not a part of that, honey. It's not interesting. It's not interesting to me. So even if I like you as a content creator, if you're participating in that, I just click off. I go on to something else. I mean, there's so many places to go, right? If people are just going back and forth, I can deal with that. But a lot of these stream yards, I can't do all the hollering and screaming. Child, to go. I have to leave and get the replay. And also, if people talking about doxing people and calling people, so I don't pay attention to that. I don't want to know anything about it. No, I hate it. That's my stance on it. Don't mean I hate you. I hate doxing. Anyway. Did I miss any of y'all lovely comments? What's going on here? My favorite Unc Tim videos are videos that Unc tell his life stories and experiences as someone being from old school, black, gay, and actual person. I don't watch Unc Tim's beef. Oh, that's interesting. You don't watch the beef videos. Okay. See there? That's a prime example. If I don't like it, I'm not entertained by it, what the hell am I doing watching it? I'm not judging who is doing the worst doxing. They didn't believe me, but it's the truth. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it, honey. I don't want to know. I choose not to know anything about it. And if you get too much into these people's personal beefs and so forth, you're not gonna like them. And you be in here too. Hi, Bless Walkins. Bless number 2. Are you the real Bless Walkins? Hey, y'all. I got all these celebrities back here, child. Even look at you. Mm-hmm. And Nappy Child. Nappy Child knows how to spell Squeenie. Very, very few do. Most people don't. At first, I was spelling it with a Y, but I think I-E. Well, is I-E just, no, it's not always true, though, because some people males spell their name with I-E as well. But generally speaking, a Y would be a male and I-E is a female. But I've been checked in my literature where I was always sticking strictly to that. And then I discovered, well, some men do spell their name with I-E. Billy, Bobby, Squeenie. Let me see what else got. I'm going back now. I'm going back in the chat. Oh, it's a whole lot of chat here. Aren't y'all happy about the George Floyd situation? I mean, how would we be able to deal with that if that dude got off? I mean, somebody like that out on the street again, all he's gonna do is abuse other people. Now his wife done left him. She couldn't wait to get out of there, honey. She left him almost instantly. So she was already trying to find a way to get out. So he's just gonna go in there and be in prison and be miserable. What they do with cops, they don't even let them on the main line, right? Because generally speaking, they've made so many enemies in their state that they'll be on like either PC, protective custody. If they get if they get life or something like that, they'd be, of course, on death row forever. But he ain't getting no life. But they keep them so separated that they mingle with maybe just the people on their cell block. It's gonna be a miserable life, absolutely miserable. They do celebrities that way too. They keep them separated, and he may still have his face all scrunched up now, thinking he's justified and all that shit. But after that first 10 years fall off, honey, then he'll start to look, because even when they get ready to get paroled and they old men and all that kind of shit, the parole department, they still want you to accept responsibility for what you did. I murdered somebody. Simple as that. I murdered that dude in broad daylight in front of a lot of people. I didn't give a fuck. I considered him less than a person. And a lot of times they'll kill themselves too. A lot of people, they don't make it. What was that guy, the one just killed himself? One had all those sex crimes and all that shit. A lot of them guys, they start realizing what kind of time they're doing. They'll kill themselves. We don't know. We don't know nothing about it. All the people you done beat up in their head and all that kind of shit, you're in the same prison as them. You go out in the yard, they're behind the gate hollering and screaming, "I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker!" Year after year after year after year of that, child. He got some serious enemies in there. Mm-hmm. Whitty Hutton. Hi, Whitty Hutton. Love you too. They took out first degree. They didn't charge him with first degree. They charged him with second degree, and I guess first degree murder. You have to have a plan, like you have to have a plan to go out and get somebody to kill them, right? To be first degree. Second degree, it ain't so good. It carries 40 years in prison. So they got him for kind of reckless homicide and shit like that. But they got him on all three of them, so he ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to kill you for your insurance money, I got a plan to go and murder you, and I go and do it, that's first degree murder, right? If I'm a racist and I want to go and kill you, I got a plan, I'm hiding outside of your house, I've gone to your house to kill you, first degree murder. When kill your wife, kill your husband, first degree murder. They used to have, sometimes they get away with crimes of passion if it happens, but then they have to prove that you just snapped while you were fighting. It had to happen just like that. You can't go there and plot to kill somebody and kill them. That's first degree murder. Right? So they couldn't get him on that since it was because of the circumstances. You don't need first degree. That's second to hold him. Rhonda, I'm not fighting the case for the lady, okay? I'm just saying, I don't want to see nobody go to jail. I don't want to see nobody losing their income. And she suffered a loss. I mean, you can clean it up. She'll build another channel. A lot of people like Treecey, honey. She'll build her channel up, but it's going to take more than a month. That's what I'm saying. So some of these people, they can't believe, oh, she begging. She said, put your cash app up. But yet you can go and give money to somebody who you've been giving money to week after week after week after week, who's got plenty of money, and you still want to give them more and more and more. I'm just saying, help somebody who needs help, honey. Have loving kindness, compassion. You can do it anonymously. Listen, I'm not all that wild about you, but maybe you don't deserve all this. Certainly, I'm not kicking you when you're down, honey. When you get back up on your feet, then I'll start kicking your ass again. Mm-hmm. I remember I was doing this drug deal. I was doing this drug deal with this guy. It was a pretty decent deal, a couple $1,000. And this guy, this white guy, he's on there. He got a black eye. He got a knot upside his head. He done been in the fight. His clothes are torn, all this shit. But he still got to make this deal, right? Now I have a friend, my other friend, who was another dealer. Those two are arch enemies. But I didn't know both of them, right? So he just happened to drop by, right, when this other dude was there. But when he saw the other dude there, the one with that black eye and the not upside his head and all this kind of stuff, he saw him. He had been looking for him. He wanted to kick his ass about some bogus deal they did together, right? When he saw the condition of the man, he says, you know, I want to kick you in your face, but you look like you had enough tonight. And he walked away and left him alone. Now, that battle was still going on. Not right now. You look like you've had enough. That's all I'm saying, honey. Have some compassion. Mm-hmm. That's true story, too. Oh, Lord have mercy. That could have been horrible. A lot of my friends were much more physical than me. Put it like that. Everybody fight raw. I seen it all. Everybody fight. Oh, a poet. What are you doing that poetry? Family of 6 rocks. Everybody fight raw. I done seen it all. Baby. Hey, Squeenie. Excuse me. What are you doing? Don't make trouble. You wait right here. Okay, people, I gotta take my dog out. I gotta take my dog out. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. Mm-hmm. She has a history. She doesn't do it for others. Okay. Mm-hmm. You would hope that people make up to break up. That's all we do. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. When I don't remember the words. Baby, don't get involved. Let people do their own thing. Can people are they gonna they take bets, how long will that last? How long? I don't give a damn how long it lasts, honey. It's not my business. Okay, oh, look at all these comments in here. Lord have mercy. Get him, Squeenie. Mm-hmm. Hi, Gerald. Miss Motown. Hi, Miss Motown. Did I contact you, Miss Motown, last week? Somebody I cashed app and I did it. They sent it back, and I did it again, and they sent it back again. And I don't know I can't remember who the damn person was. I can't figure out who it was. So if it's you, let me know. Before we head out, hit the like button. Okay. You guys hit the like button. I can pair up my algorithms and things. Look at little antsy baby. It's 5 o'clock. People getting off work, honey. They getting off work. They're gonna be in that hallway. What you doing with all them knives, Velchie? You gonna cut somebody? You got sweet candy, then you got knives to cut their ass up. People, if you don't like people, just don't watch them. Just don't watch them. You ain't gotta get on there hating people. All right, I'm rambling. Good to see you guys. Good for you, Minnesota. I'm glad. I'm sure you guys have avoided a whole lot of mess today. Right? Talk to you guys later. Bye.